Hello, it's Andrine, a Jewish American priestess, and it's the morning of the full moon of Tammuz. And this is a really rough month. It's full of heat and lots of grief. And it's been so uncomfortable to sit with the challenges. And this morning, as I was listening to a song about how everything is falling and we need to let it fall, the rain started to fall. And the rain is falling because there's a huge fire, like a tire fire that will not go out. And the smoke has reached up into the sky and made it miserable, and it's brought us the rain. So I don't know what to make of that, but I'm going to do a reading today finally. It's been so difficult for me to find my inspiration and motivation just now in this time, but I'm going to do a full spread. I'm just going to fill these up and put them all down and see what they say. What a jumble. All right, I'm going to take out all the ones that are face down first. It's going to be tricky since they're all piled up here, but I will do my best. Looks like those are all in there. This one's upside down, and that is the inside. So we will leave it where it lay, and this one's face down, so we'll pop that one out. All right, let's take a little reading here. Maybe I'll zoom it in so you can see a little better. Gonna have to bring it down. All right, let's see here. Oof, off the center to the right and high in the reading, we have the letter Zayin. Zayin is a sword or a scepter. It's about sovereignty. So something is up about our sovereignty. It's separate from everything else that's going on. It feels like it's not part of this mess over here. We are sovereign. We have our sovereignty here, standing out, standing above, and telling us that we have the power to do what it is we need to do. It's the number 7, so it also speaks to Shabbat, the rest, the day of rest, the final day of creation, in which the divine rested not because the divine requires rest, but because rest is a divine act, and we are divinity as well. So remember that rest is essential for us to gather our swords and our scepters and our power. On the upper left, we have the letter Gimel lying back on itself. The letter Gimel, which is a foot or a camel stepping forward toward justice. It's trying to get itself going here. It's leaning back a little bit toward the rest. It's taking a little bit of time before it leaps forward. But justice is here near the top as well. Justice, Jupiter, Tzedek. Gimel rules over the planet, Jupiter in the sky. So Tzedek rushing forward toward justice, getting ready to strike, getting ready to move. Below that we have the letter Pei. Pei is the number 80. It's the infinite. It's a spiral. It's a cycle and a circle, and it is the mouth. So speaking what we would like to see into existence right now is going to be essential. Using our words to speak what we need to say, and speaking blessing rather than curse, rather than saying what we don't want. Speak toward what we would love to see in the world, using our words for good. Abracadabra, I create as I speak. The letter Pei, the infinite cycle. Below that we have the Ayin. It's upside down. The Ayin is an eye, and it is reversed in this situation. So we're having a little bit of difficulty seeing, but we need to trust inside, our inner sight, something that is coming to us from the inside, the sight of the divine, the being watched over by the divine, but knowing that that's happening internally right now. That we might be having challenges knowing that we're being watched over, so we have to trust our inner sight right now. And in the center of this whole cluster here, we have the Resh right on top. A new beginning is something is planned. This is the head, a Rosh. A new beginning is coming. So something is starting. Something new is starting, and it's sitting right at the top of all of this pile of garbage here. So trust that something new is coming in. Below that we have the Samach, which is boundaries. It's a wheel, and it's got that little thorn in the upper left corner, and it speaks to boundaries, setting up good protective hedges for support and surroundedness, being engulfed and protected by our good boundaries that will give us the strength that we need and the protection we need to take care of ourselves and our possessions, and keep out what needs to be kept out and keep in what needs to be kept in. And that's right underneath the Resh. So begin and set those boundaries. Right in the center here we have the Yud. The Yud is a hand. It's using our hands for divine work. It's the first letter of the divine name, the Yud He Vav He, and it is a seed. Again, a new beginning with the Resh. We're planting the seed. We're using our hands. We are reaching for divine service, and that one initial seed that starts things is right here in the center. It seems like it's a little buried underneath things, but it is holding the center of this reading. The Ein Sof, that blankness, the unknown, that which gives us the potential for all things, is also here in the center. Some really important blankness, kind of off to the side, but that unknown, and it's sitting. These are on the edge. The Nun, humility is on its edge. We are on the edge of humility, that is for sure. Being humble, knowing when to bow our head and kneel. The letter Beit, upside down. Our earth, our home, our space is being violated right now. And we need to figure out how to turn that upright by listening into our bodies, listening to the wisdom of the earth right now. We have Shin here as well, underneath the Ein Sof, Shin, which is the mother letter of fire. Also internal fire, our internal passion, the Shekhinah, the indwelling presence of the divine. She is here underneath, inside, setting the fire that will be that which gives us the passion and clears away. Using that fire, this is the letter that represents the summer and the year as well. So heat, hot, that burning off of all the dross, all that fire that's coming in, both externally and internally, is here to cleanse. It's a transformation through fire. What's this one on the edge? The other on the edge is Kuf. Kuf is the letter that represents holiness, sacredness, Kadosh. So we are in a place of where sacredness and humility are on their edge. We don't know which way they're going to fall, but we know that sacredness is here, that we need to tap into that sacredness, to trust that the divine is giving us the power to have our sacredness right now. It may feel like it's on edge, but it's here facing humility. The Aleph is low, and on its back it's the crossroads. It's the mother letter of air. How do we breathe through this smoke? How do we breathe through this fire? How do we rest in the divine, reaching up for divinity and grounding ourselves in the earth with connection between? How do we connect? Breathing. Breathing is the answer. Take some time to rest and breathe right now. The Tet is down here at the bottom. It is a letter that represents a container, a womb space that holds goodness within it. And it's down very low, so the challenge right now is this gestation we're in, this number 9, the 9 months of gestation. The nine which represents the shofar blasts to wake us up at the new year. We have the 9, the snake, the basket that is holding goodness within. It's very low, and it's difficult right now for us to trust that. But that gestation is painful and difficult, and goodness will come from it in the end. I'm sitting here next to the Beit, upside down the Beit, which is again the body, the earth, listening into our bodies as it sits in gestation and discomfort. And at the lower left we have the Tzadi on its back. Tzadi meaning representing Tzadik, and Tzedek, justice again. Justice is lying down. Justice is not in a position of contentment and harmony right now. but we have that humility and the yud, the nun, bent over and the yud on its back. So having some humility with divinity at your back, and we've got the nun and the yud up right up here above. So if we can raise ourselves into a position of humility, call on the divine, plant that seed, and know that we are heading toward justice, as it says up here with the Gimel racing toward Tzedek, toward Jupiter, that large justice. We will come through this all right. So justice is miscarried right now down here at the bottom. It's a very potent reading for right now. I think the important thing to remember is that even though these are difficult, even though these things are on their side, even though we have twists and turns, the fire which seems difficult is also a cleansing fire. That we need to use our inner eye, listen to our bodies, trust the gestation, breathe through the situation, speak what we'd like to see, use our magic to speak the words. Trust that justice is coming, that we are stepping forward, and that we have that power, this power, that sovereignty, the divine power, the Shekhinah, the Shabbat bride, the sword, the rest that was required. It's okay to take the rest that we need in order to grasp that sovereignty right now. And that's our reading for the full moon of Tammuz right now. I thank you so much for listening. I hope you are having a peaceful time right now. Take your rest as need be. Plant your seeds. Trust your inner guidance. Trust that the fire that is burning gives us the infinite potential for a blank slate. Planting those seeds, sitting through the gestation, trusting in the justice, and speaking what we need to speak right now. Remembering that boundaries are essential for new beginnings. So I will see you here next time.